What do you do when your favorite band is playing in Philly instead of New York City? You walk to the train. You grab yourself some coffee. You get on an Amtrak. You wave bye-bye. You ride for a while. You try not to get motion sickness. You get to Philly.
We made it. Now what? I don't know.
You swing a little bit. You find a random junk store. You try to find the smallest thing for your house and end up with another dog for your miniature dog collection. Then you walk 2 miles to the wrong sushi restaurant.
Half mile past where the other one was. Whoops.
Then you walk a half mile back.
Found it.
And you end up at the right sushi restaurant. Then you have to put in your name for some reason, and then you wait. And then you sit down and you just start grabbing plates. And you start with eel because eel is the best. Yummy. Yum. And then you wait because you're way down the conveyor belt line and most of the good stuff has been picked over. Then you find this thing that looks kind of weird but ends up being the best thing you had the entire time, so you get it twice. Bye-bye. And then a robot delivers you your drink.
Call me if you need anything.
And then you have to eat a Philadelphia roll because legally you have to because you're in Philly. And then you drink some cold sake because you're warm from having to walk to the wrong sushi restaurant a mile and a half away. Then you grab a few extra rolls. Then you realize you can just order rolls and they come right to you. So then you order the rolls that you actually wanted the whole time and thought you had to wait for. Then you realize that the bathroom is in the basement. And you also realize that this is the stickiest floor that you've ever experienced in your life. I'd really love to have this pickup truck as a little work truck.
So after walking 2 miles to the wrong sushi restaurant and then back half mile to the other sushi restaurant to eat 33 pieces of sushi and drink 2 cups of sake, I get to walk 45 minutes this way to look at dead stuff.
So then you walk around this amazing free museum in this super cool old building and look at a bunch of dead taxidermied, slightly goofy-faced, strange and fun things with almost nobody else around for an hour or so. Look how tiny these are. Then you stumble into this awesome room.
Well, that's pretty neat. If you're ever in Philly, come to the Wagner Institute of Science. It's free, even though you should donate. Pretty neat.
Then you walk a mile and a half to Human Robot to get a couple of beers, but first you try the milk tube and you don't get to film it because when the bartender pours it, he pours one for himself and he does it with you. Then you walk halfway to Fishtown and end up seeing a sign for an old fashioned. Make a quick pit stop. You keep meandering and end up at a whole nother brewery and you have a time trying to figure out which one of these beers to get. So you ask for a taste of both and she gives you almost a half a pour of each. Then you backtrack a little bit because you saw a happy hour sign, but not before getting distracted because of this pup. And then you meet up with your best buddy, Curtis. Everybody say hi, Curtis. And then you get to sit in this awesome room that smells delicious. And you get to eat some burnt ends, chicken leg, and some delicious deviled eggs. Not quite like Mom makes them, but they'll suffice. And then you end up at a rock and roll show. The lunar year. And then the whole reason you came all the way to Philly, Super City. Always a jolly good time. Out of probably 500 bands I saw when I used to tour, these guys are the only ones that I continuously listen to at home and go out of my way to go see live. You should do that too. They're really good. They're good. Listen to the album Sanctuary. And then you buy their new record that doesn't come out until September and you get a sticker and a tote bag. And then you go back to your friend Curtis's house and sit on his porch and look at downtown. And then you go to bed. And then you wake up and you drink a cup of coffee on the porch overlooking downtown. And it's very nice. And then you end up at an old diner that's over 100 years old. And then you meet a fine gentleman who's owned it for 45 years. And his uncle owned it for 55 years before that.
And then eggs sunny side up, please.
Well, you say Western omelet.
Western cheese omelet?
Yeah, you want eggs up too?
Oh, you're getting eggs with it?
Yeah, is it with eggs?
What's made with eggs? The
omelet is eggs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The eggs don't come with it. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole thing is an egg.
Western cheese omelet, you say grease.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean, Western omelet?
Yes.
What?
It's an omelet. It has eggs. It's got onions, tomatoes,
Green peppers and ham.
Him and his wife live upstairs.
that, right?
If you're ever in Philly, go to the Blue Jay Diner. I think it's called Blue Jay Diner. It's Blue Jay. It's like north of downtown. This guy knows eggs. And you get yourself some corned beef hash, and then you go walk around, because there's a lot of cool old stuff like this coffee machine, and you have the place almost to yourself because it's like a rainy Thursday at like 10:30. And then you get a thumbs up from Curtis. And then you have to say bye-bye to Curtis because you have to go home and take care of your dogs. Bye!
Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.
Because your partner has to actually work a real job, so somebody's got to watch the dogs. So then you only have 45 minutes to get to your train, and it's a 35-minute walk, so you really can't mess it up. And you second guess every step of the way, because if you miss the train,
Turn right toward Waterworks Drive.
I don't know what happens if you miss a train, but it's probably not good.
That's fun.
I guess you could take another train, but I don't want to do that. And you walk by a fountain. And then you walk by some other stuff on a hill that looks really cool that you wish you could go look at, but you can't because you only have 2 minutes to spare, and you gotta get pretty far pretty fast.
I gotta get to that building, but I gotta walk all the way up here, across, I think, the second bridge, to get over there to walk to there. Lovely weather we're having, eh? We made it. Walk across another bridge. Woo! Almost there. Woo! Woo!
And then you get there. And then you second guess every moment because you're not quite sure which number track your train's on. And then you get home. And you get to play with your dogs.
Oh, hi.
And
Hi.
that's
Hi. Hi.
what you do when your favorite band's playing in Philly and you got 24 hours to kill.